Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be working on the K1100 Cafe Racer build. Okay, so today we're going to try to tackle for the K1100 Cafe Racer build is the electrical system. So if you're new to the channel, this is my K1100. We did a full redo on this. I'll put a picture of what it looked like right here. And this is basically what it's came out to be so far. So today we're going to try to work on the electrical system. So sadly I have to take off this tank and this rear seat here. Let's get to it. Okay, now that we got the gas tank off and the seat off, now we can throw in our box with all our electrical stuff in here, and then we can start dividing out where the wires are going to go, cut the stuff out that we don't need. So as you can see, I already did a bunch of stuff to this when I was trying to rip other like ABS wires and stuff out, so that's why all this wiring loom is bare. I'm basically going to do that with everything else and try to divide it up. No need for you guys to look at that. It's very boring and you have no idea what I'm doing. So I'll just get back to you guys after I get all that sorted out. Okay, I just remembered I also need my ignition switch to be somewhere. I decided to put her right here. So with that, I have this 1-inch hole saw. So I'm going to use that sucker, drill her in. That should be the perfect size. Put a zip tie on this, and so it doesn't push out any further than it needs to when it's shoved inside of there. So let's get to it. I only want this ignition to come out a little bit, so I'm going to put the zip tie like right here. I want to make sure she's a hella tight boy so that she doesn't move anywhere else. Alright, she's not going nowhere. Okay, so this is where I got with all the wiring. I pretty much scooted everything that's going to the back, and everything that's going to the front. Did a little bit of electrical tape just to make sure everything stays into place, and then I'm going to go and get some wiring loom that wraps around all this and make it look super clean underneath, even though no one's going to really see it. And all the wiring that I'm going to do is either going to be tucked underneath the gas tank. So the stuff in the back over here, like the rear lights, it's all going to be tucked up against the frame, all zip tied across there with black zip ties. And this one, all the speed sensor, the thing that goes into the trans, and the brake wire is all going to be tucked in behind this part right here.
Tomorrow for sure.
Alright guys, it's a new day. So what I left off with yesterday was getting all this up here, but what I discovered last night is something pretty cool. I think I figured something out because I was trying to figure out how I'm going to do the throttle cable with the throttle body and everything. Okay, so I'm using the stock throttle cable, but I realized I have a whole entire like RM250 here in pieces, and I used its housing. So this is the K1100 throttle cable. I broke off the little thingy that keeps it in place, and I just shoved it into this one, and it should work. Pretty sure. So what I'm gonna need to do, this right here, the thread is different, so I'm gonna have to get a reducer. I think it's like an M10 to an M6. I'm not 200% sure, so don't quote me on that. I'm gonna test it out later today, but I just want to see if this will actually work before I go get one of those. So what I'm gonna do is throw this on the bike and see if it will hook up to the little throttle pulley thing to pull up the flappy boys. So let me go get this mounted up on there, and we'll see what works. I think it works. I think that binding is because I don't have it tightened all the way, so let me tighten this all the way and see how it works. Sicky sicky. So basically all I have to do is get the little adapter for the threading to be different, and I mean this looks perfectly fine. Like it gets all the way to the very end and it closes fully up in the front. And you can adjust up here if it doesn't fully close or it doesn't fully open. So really freaking cool. I finally have a fix for that. I'm not too sure how I'm going to run this cable at the end of it all, but I'm super happy that I know that this works. I might even just get a brand new RM250 throttle housing, but I'll try to clean this up and see how it comes out. I don't think anything really goes here, so I'm going to put the horn right inside of here, kind of tucked away, no one's going to see it. Alright, so for this wiring over here, I'm not going to go too far in depth with it because I do want to wrap all the wires and make it look nice and like black it all out so you don't have just a bunch of wires just dangling around and you could get caught on fire and all that. Anyways, I'm going to move on to this section here. Now with this section over here, I'm going to try to mount up our ECU for injectors and everything for that part. So what I think I'm going to do is give her a little mount up right here like this, and I think that will be the most sleek way to put it because I can't put it all the way back here because then it'll get smacked by the tire. So I think this is probably the best area to put this Motronic system. So I'm gonna route the wires over here up around and then plug into the injectors, and all the other stuff gets plugged in elsewhere, and I'll extend and move the wires for where they're going to be put. So yeah, I'm thinking about right here. So what I'm going to do is make an aluminum plate that gets riveted onto here, and then I'll mount this up with bolts through the plate. So before I cut a piece of aluminum, I'm going to take a piece of cardboard and just make it a nice cutout so that I have a nice template to make onto the aluminum, do one cut, and then I can put it on here, drill holes, get it all fixed up. Okay, so this is going to be our template here. I'm going to trace this out onto a piece of aluminum, and then we can cut it with an angle grinder, smooth out the edges, and then I think I'm going to rivet it on here. I might do bolts. I really think I want to do rivets so then I don't have to like do anything with it. The only thing I have is I'm worried about this ending up, I have to move it out or anything, and then it's going to be like a pain in the balls to get it out. Anyways, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to do rivets. And if I want to do bolts later on, it's not too hard to transfer onto bolt. Alright, so here is our plate, rounded off all the edges and everything, and making it smoother so I don't cut myself. Gotta get this wrapped up here. So what I'm thinking, instead of doing rivets here and instead of drilling holes into the frame, I think I might do holes on this plate and then put zip ties around it. So 2 zip ties on each side, and then also with the zip ties I can hold the wiring that's going to be coming down through here. So if I want to do anything different, at least I don't have permanent holes stuffed into the side of my bike. Okay, so basically these are the switches that used to be on the handlebars. This was on the right handlebar with the starter switch and the blinker and the kill switch for the blinker, like to make it stop blinking. And then we have a high beam, regular, and then a little flashing light one. Probably never going to use a flashing light thing, but I do want to have a high beam. So the horn and the blinker are momentary switches. So is the starter switch and the right blinker, and also the kill switch for the blinker. Now on this bike I probably won't have a kill switch, being that I've never really even used it, so I don't even know if it works. But for this kill switch, I'm going to just be able to turn the key and turn it off. That's how I've done it every other time. So basically I just have to find out what wires go to what, and then I can see if I can hook them up maybe with a different wiring thing. I don't know yet, so we'll get into that. Okay, so I basically have everything kind of split off through the loom here. As you can see, I literally cut everything up and trying to make this actually work. So I have the thing for the kill switch. Like I said, I'm probably not going to use it, but I have it labeled just in case. So over here I have the ground for the blinker and also the blinker kill switch wire. Not too sure what it's actually called, but the indicator kill. So I have all that labeled here. So anyways, these are the ones that are going to go on a switch on the handlebars. Over here I have the start switch, so these two wires are going to go to the starter. Over to the left side of the bike where I have all these pulled out, so this is basically 4 wires for what's going to go on with the headlight. I think I'm going to delete some of these wires because I don't think I'll need them. I know I'm going to need the ground and not the running light because I think that's already going to be used anyways, and then not the flash. So I want to use the high beam and the ground wire, and then this is what's going to be on the handlebars on the left side. So I got the horn and the ground and the left blinker. Same thing for the right side. The ground for the blinker and the horn are going to be the same. Okay, something showed up in the mail today that is going to help this process go a little bit better, and that is going to be some freaking buttons. Super excited about that. We're going to put the buttons up on here, space them out accordingly to like where I'm going to put the grips and everything. By the way, I'm not keeping this grip, even though it kind of looks cool with the black and the yellow down there. I'm not keeping this grip. I don't know if I've mentioned that at all yet. So I think I'm going to do like saddle brown, like that C right there. So anyways, I'll show you the buttons I got, and we can wire them all up, and hopefully it'll look good. Okay, so here I have everything kind of spliced together. So the ground for the blinker, I have that spliced together to 2 of the leads coming off of this. So the ground for the blinker, there's only one ground for the blinker and the shut off switch for the blinker. So I'm going to have that be up here. So that's blue. And so I have one from the blue and one from the yellow from the same lead, from the same button switch thing. So I think this is just continuity. So when it senses continuity, it sends it back to the thing. Anyways, so I have the blinker down here, and that's just going to be a regular on-off switch too. And so I have one lead to the blinker kill switch, the blue is on top. One lead to the blinker, one is on the bottom. For the starter, I'm pretty sure it's just you just need continuity. So when you press it, when you hold it down, it'll be like and let it go, and it'll shut off. Yeah. Anyways, shampoo. That's these. The blue one, I'm not too sure. I might as well just hook up a kill switch to it. I don't know what gauge I want yet, just so you can toggle through the settings on your Moto gadget. So basically, don't know yet. So what I'm going to do is just leave all this open, not tape up anything yet until I know what I'm doing with that. And also just to make sure it works before I tie it all up and shove it in here. Okay, so basically for this side, I'm going to put on this grip I have from a KTM 125SX and just slide her on. Just so I can get my spacing right with my buttons over here, so let me give her a little tighten up. Alright, so for these buttons, these are just regular buttons that press. Alright, and then these ones up top are latches. As you can see, this one is sunken in a little bit more. So is this one, and then you press it again and they pop back out. So basically this is going to be my blinker, this is going to be my horn, and this is going to be my high beams, and then this one's going to be my hazards. Okay, so I just set the battery in here just to see if anything will work if I turn this key. Oh, got the freaking halo. We can see if the high beam will come on. No, oh, the wrong button. High beam. Alright. Shampoo. Look at that. He's a bright boy. I can't believe that worked. First try. And then I guess these two bottom buttons here. So what do I have? The horn? Let's see if the horn works. Oh, okay. That is very loud. And the flashers, I guess I'll hook up a flash to see if that will work too. So I hooked up one of these lights over here. As you can see, it's a mirror attached to the light. Anyways, I hooked it up the wire to it, just to like, it's bare copper. Anyways, so when I hit the button, it makes this horrible noise. Here, I'll show you. I don't know if this is bad or not, so, yeah, it makes a horrible noise, and it won't shut off. Like, it won't shut off until you completely shut off, take the key out of the ignition, everything. Anyways, so I'm gonna go to the flasher relay, that's what's making the noise, and take it out, and I think there's a pin I can cut so then it can work. Don't know yet. Yeah, I'll see. I'll show you. Alright, it took me forever to see what this was. Anyways, it says pin number 7. Don't see anything that says pin number 7 on this. I can't find anything on it, but I found a picture, okay? So I'm going off this picture, and if it doesn't work, then I may mess this up and I can solder it together. But then I have to find out where it is. But you know what? If I mess it up, then I might just go buy the flasher relay thing. It's like $100, and I don't want to spend that. Alright guys, I'm going to try to get this to focus for you. If I can't, come on, you can do it, big guy. There's a lot going on here. I'll put a picture up of what it is, but yeah, it's just sliced. I just sliced right into there, and now I'll see if it works before I actually put the cover on and seal it all up. But yeah, let's just see if it works. Alright, let's see if this thing works. Oh my Lanta, it worked. Look at it. Look at her go. Look at her blink. Man, that's cute. Alright, cool beans. Like, look at it. Boom. She's blinking, and then you're just like, oh, cancel? Shampoo. Freaking sick. So glad I got this. Okay, so for our turn signal here, I kind of labeled every single one of the wires. I toned it out, and also I checked on the old one. If you can see that little guy right over there, I checked on the old wiring harness just to make sure I was correct. Anyways, I got all these stripped back. I'm going to cut these and strip them back and then tie it to it. Not going to crimp anything down, just going to basically put it together and see if it works. Alright, got this blinker all kind of just chucked together, sitting here. Let's see if it actually works. Ooh, okay, we got a running light. Let's see if the brake works. Okay, that is weird. I don't know about that one. That may not be correct. Alright, let's see if the blinker works. Okay, cool beans. Right blinker is working. Okay, let's see if the left one works. Cool beans. I had to figure out the brake light because I don't know what the heck is happening with the brake light. It gets really weird. Alright guys, we got something else to put on the build here. We got these little guys here, this little wonky boy. So basically this is just a wiring loom holder type thing. As you can see, it just splits right here, and then you can put it around your wires. So basically I'm just going to put that everywhere where you can see. I'm going to like right here where you can see it coming across, even though I'm probably going to have bags there, like I said earlier. And like other stuff, I'm going to try to wrap around stuff like right above the motor to try to kind of keep it heat treated, even though the tape I have on there should do the job. But just in case anyone wants to peek their eyes up there, it looks nice. Alright, so let's get doing that. Alrighty, down in there is all cleaned up. It looks pretty clean under here. This is just something I have dangling here from my front brake switch. Just ignore that. But anyways, got that all tucked up in here. Everything looks really nice and clean underneath the engine here. Super excited about that. And I don't know if I mentioned this in the video, but I have no idea what this is, and it's just like wired together. I don't think this connection has like anything electronic in it, so I'm pretty sure I can just cut these two wires, make it shorter, and get rid of a connector and just beanie it together. I mean, it made it all the way over here. If you don't know, I rode this bike for like 7 hours. This is the first bike I've ever rode on the road. But yeah, I drove it 7 hours home, and it made it. Basically have all the wires where I need them to go. I just have to like tuck this up and shorten it and tie it all together and tuck it in. I just had it all hang out here just for testing purposes to make sure it worked. Other than that, we're kind of good to go. I just have to wait for some parts to come in, like the front brake lever and the clutch lever, and then we should be ready for like a final video. I'm pretty sure the next video on this will probably be like the final video, and we can drive it. I'm super excited about it. Like I said, I have a few things I have to put together, and I've been thinking of a cool idea I think you guys might like for the overflow tank. I think it'll look really cool. It'll look a lot better than this thing. This thing is like gross. Got the little nippy on here. Yeah, I won't use that. Anyways guys, like I said, this video will probably be the last one before we do a final video on this bike, and we'll actually be able to drive it around, whip it, do some wheelies. You best believe I'm gonna do a wheelie on this sucker. We're gonna freaking jump it, okay? Yeah, I said I wouldn't do anything stupid on it because I did all this work and I didn't want to mess anything up, but I'll do it for a video, trust me. Anyways, I'll see you guys next video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to give it a big old thumbs up and make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next video.